What's going on, YouTubians? This is Mathis StarCraft coming back with Game 2 of the best of 3 between our red Protoss here, DuckloadRa, and our purple Zerg, Deception. Last game we were on Zelnaga Caverns, and it was a very quick game. Deception went for really early aggression, really early roaches, and followed up with a ton of speedlings, really cutting a lot of his drones in order to do that. And in doing so, hurt his economy, was behind at least 12 drones. And Duckload took full advantage of that with his higher economy and just kind of made this huge early death ball without Colossus, just zealots, sentries, and stalkers, and moved in. And all Deception had was a couple of queens, a few roaches, and a couple of zerglings, so wasn't able to hold that off. So it was a quick and decisive victory for DuckloadRa. Now we're here on GSL, the GSL map Terminus. It is a huge map, excellent for a macro style player, very good for Zerg, and anyone who favors that macro style of play. Expansions are really easy to grab. The natural is right down here, and this narrow little choke point right here, and the third is actually right down here, and it's the only way to it is through your natural or short air routes or short air distances. We have the probe poking up here for Duckload, checking out what's going on, seeing what kind of build we've got happening for Deception here. And we have, looks like nothing going on right now, it looks like. So he's going to note that, probably keep the probe in here until he sees either a bunch of, do some mining harass. Now, if you're not sure what mining harass is, you kind of just have your probe mine on one of the minerals, and it kind of forces the other drones and probes to, or whatever SCVs, to kind of move and mine on a different patch, really slightly slowing down that mining time. He's going to check down here, make sure no expansion went up, nothing went up, so he's going to go back up there. We did have gas drop before pool, so he's going to do another, it looks like a gas-centric build, so we'll see what happens there. Going down here, we look like, what is going on over here? We have nothing up but a pylon. Are we going to do Nexus first? Oh, we're going Nexus first. DuckloadRa is going for Nexus first. That is extraordinarily risky. But if it's not scouted properly or not seen properly, that is going to be detrimental to the Zerg. Not being able to see what's going on. Looks like the drone is going to come in and see this. His response is either going to be early aggression or expand himself. If he decides to do early aggression, it's going to have to be some sort of all-in, or expand. He's going to need to expand at least twice more. We'll see what he decides to do. We do have a queen in production, and still no hatchery up. We have a forge and a gateway going down for Duckload here, and this probe is just going to, this drone is just going to harass this probe here, and they're going to tag team this drone. Is he going to get out of there in time? Yes, he is. Going to scout on the base, see if he missed anything in the main. No, so he is going to know that Nexus was down first. That is such a risky, greedy build, but it can pay off dividends for the Protoss player. Down here we have a few Zerglings popping out to do some scouting, and it looks like he is prepping to take that hatchery. Is he going to get it? Yeah, no, he's not. He's going to be delayed a little bit, but not much, and it's just 50 minerals. Still a little bit of a win for Duckload if he can get his probe out of there. Any delay is a good delay. So we are doing spawning pool with speedling upgrade, followed by hatchery. He knows that third base is up, so we'll see what happens there. He's going to scout it again just to make sure. Forge down with a cannon, so that drone is not going to get out with its life. He's pretty much stuck there for the rest of his life, so he needs to either convert to a Protoss or do something sacrificial for the Queen of Blades or something. Looks like those Zerglings are really hell-bent on chasing this probe around, so this probe is just kind of queued up to move around. He's going to move back into the base, and it looks like it's going to get away with 1 HP! Oh, he gets away with 1 HP! That is insane! That cannon doing its job ever so well. So he's going to be saturating both of his bases here, while Deception here is going to be, so far base behind. And then when he does get that base up, doing 2 base versus 2 base, as a Zerg, you don't want to do that. You always want to be at least 1 base ahead, because Zerg style is just throw all your minerals into a bunch of troops all at once. You're just going to be empty so quickly. You need to get that other base up, especially against other players, especially since your units are cheap and throwaway, and you're going to be throwing armies after them, one after the other. Looks like you have another probe going back up here to see what's going on. Scouting around real quick. We have a bunch of drones coming up. If we look at the unit count, he is behind heavily. Well, not heavily, but about about 1 drone now. Sorry, I couldn't do the math quick enough. I'm terrible with math. I'm sorry about that. He has 1 drone behind, so he's going to hopefully quickly catch up. Down here, it looks like he's grabbing a gas, just still macroing away, making sure the economy stays solidly ahead. We got sentries coming down. Warp gate technology is finishing up. Looks like he's not planning on getting any heavy army until the warp gate is finished. He's just having a probe, just sneaking around, being a little nosy, being sneaky. Probes are like the worst thing in the world when I'm playing. You just never know what they're doing or what they're up to. Always possibly doing something really sneaky, dropping prop pylons somewhere, here, there, everywhere. So it looks like that probe was just checking out the Zelnaga Watch Tavern, decided it didn't want to live anymore, and kind of just gave up on life and committed suicide with those Zerglings. Down here we have a pylon going on down here. Are we going to be grabbing a third base before any heavy troops? We are dropping a robo facility really early as well, before even Gate is finished. So let's see what's going to happen here. Dropping a pylon down here. Either he's doing this for scouting purposes, or he's going to expand, or both. This is actually really good in case Overlord decides he wants to poke in here. He'll know the Overlord's coming, cut that off if he has the enemies, the troops to do it. So that'll be it's probably both scouting and whatnot. This drone, who is not converted to the Protoss cause yet, still scouting around. 21 health. Gonna quickly poke. Is he gonna poke down there to see that? No, he is not. Yes, he is. No, he is not. Never mind. He is just gonna. Oh, maybe he is. Nope, he's gonna die. Well, he tried. And we do have that third base going down for deception now, so he is now 1 base ahead. Hopefully, well, when that gets up and saturated, he'll be about 1 base ahead. So that'll be useful. We have I like the Overlord placement here. He can easily move this down here and do some blocking. The Overlord over here. So just kind of keeping the scout on. This one can be sacrificed whenever he feels like he needs to check out what's going on. Gateway, another one dropping down. And what is this down here? We do have the expansion. 3 bases before the 10-minute mark for Protoss. That is so greedy. I love this, especially on a huge map where Deception is now not being at all aggressive whatsoever. That he is allowing Duckload here to just play a macro-style game like he wanted to last time. And a macro-style Protoss is terrifying. They are so scary. They can just throw huge armies at you with proxy pylons and whatnot, just all over the map, and just really, really give you a bad day. We do have the Hydra Den down, so maybe we'll see some Roach Hydra if he expects a heavy gateway unit. That is an excellent mix. The Observer just kind of really checking around what's going on. 2 Evolution Chambers going down. We have Roach Speed up on the way for Deception here. We have the Robo Bay going down, so Colossus Tech looks like we'll be going for. We also have the excuse me, crap, I missed what we had going down. I completely forgot. I was clearing my throat. Let's find it. Oh, there it is. We got the Twilight Council going down for Duckload as well. The Nexus is up and running, so we'll probably transfer some probes down here and get it all saturated. Only 1 gas down this expansion, though. Still, it's more gas. It's more of a mineral-centric kind of expansion. So we have a bunch of roaches that just hatched for Deception. We have level 1 missile attacks and level 1 armor carapace upgrades going down for Deception as well. With this third base, let's see if he knows about it. Does he know about it? He does not know about this third base whatsoever. So he does not know he needs to grab a 4th base ASAP. We have a Colossus on the way with level 1 ground army and the extended thermal lance, so we're giving that range to those Colossi. So that's going to be scary when this gets up and going. But he's building an army himself. We got a lot of roaches up here. The 1-1's going to be done for them soon enough. They will be formidable with a bunch more roaches. We got a Spire going down as well, and Hydra. The Hydra grooved spines that allows them a bigger distance. But we do have the Observer here, just kind of keeping an eye on the army. I like this. It's really giving Duckload that 1-up right here, just letting him know what's going on and how it's going on. Excuse me about that. So I would not, since we have the Hydra extended range going down, I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunch of Hydras mixed into this. He does expect, for a heavy gateway unit mix, which he wouldn't be incorrect on that. We do have Blink going down for Duckload being able to maybe some Blink Stalker play. He is quite the good micro-war, so Blink Stalker play. A lot of people, a lot of pros, you'll see the injured Stalkers at the front, Blink to the back, maintaining a full army, power and size, but keeping the hurt ones in the back without them losing them. We have 11 Hydralisks on the way, so building up a very sizable army. It's been a very peaceful game, not a lot of poking and prodding, and here we go, pushing out, killing off, it looks like his own gateway that was blocking this wall, allowing him to step on through, moving out to this expansion over here, and he's dropping another Nexus, a 4th base. He's going to be 1 base ahead of our Zerg, and that is not good. His economy is already so far ahead. We're looking at 70 probes to 51 drones. Again, Duckload is so far ahead in the macro game. His probe count is just through the roof, being able to just feed whatever kind of army he wants. Maybe we'll do a little bit of aggression now, just kind of poking out, killing a free Overlord, so he knows there's an army. We do have that probe still kind of chilling here and doing what he does and relaxing his day away while watching that army, saying, kind of just reporting back to Master Duckload. Alright, they haven't moved. Nope, they're still chilling here. And yeah, a few more join the ranks, but that's about it. Nothing going on. So Duckload says it's fine. Then we will build another base and keep getting that economy up and running while my minerals go through the roof, which is, again, a macro Protoss is a terrifying thing on this big of a map where you can just kind of grab bases where he deems fit. is just terrifying. We do have a transfer going up to the top, getting ready to get this going. It's going to be a little early, I think, for those probes, so we'll do a little long-distance mining. Right now we have a bunch of stalkers jumping in with level 2 weapons. We do have level 1 flying weapons, so perhaps some Mutalisks. Well, it looks like Corruptors. Corruptors are going to be on the way to handle these Colossi. That's right, that drone did catch that Robo-Bay. So we are going to be moving out with this huge. We have 5 sentries in the mix. It looks like we're just poking out at the Nizalnaga Watchtower and see if this creeps out that far, or if anything has out that far whatsoever. Another Colossus joining the fray. A nasty Colossus death ball. Looks like that probe is going to move away from those roaches and those hydras. We are having the transfer going on now, so he can easily support whatever he needs. He's coming up to another, so he's about to be supply block, so I would not be surprised to see another few pylons drop down soon. We do have, is he even dropping a 4th base? No, he's not. He needs to get another base up. ASAP, he needs. Does he know yet? Does he know? He knows there's a 3rd base at the very least, so he knows he needs to get that base going. The probe just kind of poking around, keeping an eye on making sure he doesn't grab a 4th base. We do have a proxy pylon going on down here, so in case he does decide to expand, he can quickly shut it down, or at least do a ton of harassment. He is almost a 200 army, a 192 Protoss versus 186. That is not where you want to be as Zerg whatsoever, and it's all Stalkers. That is terrifying. Blink Stalkers, and we have level 3 weapons. They are scary. Looks like he's gonna make a push out right now, killing off what he can, killing off a creep tumor right there. Let's go right ahead and see what happens. Here comes the encounter right now with a bunch of roaches and a bunch of hydros being able to take out a few guardian shields dropping down with the corruptors being dropped down. Are they gonna be able to do any damage whatsoever? Are they gonna be able to take out those colossus? They're gonna poke and fire those colossus. The corruptors are gonna do what they can to the stalkers and be able to start wiping out those corruptors before they're able to do much damage whatsoever. None of the colossus have dropped yet. A lot of the stalkers have gone down, but those colossus are doing so much damage. This is one of the colossus. There are 2 colossus dropping right now. Down to 3 colossus, but quickly wiping up that roach hydra army very decisively and being able to do that very convincingly. And they're going to continue moving on right now. Probably going to be reinforced very shortly with more stalkers and more colossus, being able to snipe what he can here, taking out a few overlords. They've got speed though, so they'll make it away. A bunch of roaches on the way now. 8 more roaches on top of the ones that are already spawned. They'll be able to do enough with the guardian shields. Are going to keep them from doing too much damage right now. And the stalkers and that 1 colossus, hoping to find the colossus, hoping to bring it down before they're able to get enough kills. But the damage has already been done. They have more than paid for themselves, moving with a huge amount of stalkers, and some of them are just so many that can't even get in all the way. And a huge contingent of reinforcements and a bunch of Zerg looking away. That's not going to be enough. There is the GG from Deception quickly wiping out, but it looks like it says good luck in future events. So that is Duckload being able to wipe out and Deception being a good sport about it. That was a very, very good win. That is what happens when you let a Protoss macro. You need to be good scouting when you're a Zerg, especially against someone who is a macro-centric player. You need to make sure you are at least 1 base ahead and keeping up with the economy. Either way, Deception, you did put up a great game. Excellent, and I appreciate being able to cast it. And Duckload, always appreciate watching your games. You're excessively fun to watch. So this will be Mathis Scarcraft, peacing on out of here. I hope you enjoyed these 2 games, and I will see you in the future.